Hi, this is Jennifer Heinhorst, and I have 10 minutes to talk to you about our most recent MAP data. First, I want you to understand, so you can help a student understand, that this is a norm reference test. All the scores are looked at, and it is normed. There is a median, and that is the average. So students at the 50th percentile are in the average range, and it's important for students to understand this so they don't think the 50th percentile means failing. NWEA uses what's called a RIT score, and the RIT score helps determine growth and achievement. It has equal intervals, and you need to look at the student's RIT score to know if they've made growth. And so the test is more difficult each time they take it. So at the beginning of the year, a freshman takes it and they're at freshman first month. Then you take it in the winter, it's freshman fourth or fifth month. And then in the spring, it's freshman at 8 months. And so the test gets more difficult because students should be learning during those intervals. So up here is a key for you. I tried to put as much data as simply as possible on these charts. So here we have our MAP reading, winter 24. And if you look here at this part, this is the number of students tested. This is the fall to winter growth of all students in the building. The reason it's 665 is you have to have the two matching data points. So you have to have the data point of fall and winter so you can see for growth. So overall in reading, our students' percentile of growth is at the 55th percentile. Then down here, it's going to say what percentage of our students were in what growth percentile, meaning they made their growth. So students that were only in the first to 20th growth percentile would be 27% of our students. The 21st to 40th would be 14%. The 41st to 60th would be 13%. And the 61st to 80th percentile would be 13%. And over the 80th percentile of growth is 33%. So that's the growth measure. Now here is winter to winter. And that would be a lower number of students because you have to have those two matching data points. This is why it's so important to have students take the test every time that we give it, because we want matching data points. So these two are all students' growth, and now we have achievement. Where were students in the winter at their achievement percentiles? And so we have tested 732 in the building, freshmen, sophomores, and juniors, and looking at overall achievement percentile, where is our school? We're at the 33rd percentile in achievement. And then it's going to show you which of our students are in which percentile for achievement. So in reading, 37% of our students are in the 1st to 20th percentile in achievement. 21% are in the 21st to 40th percentile. 15% at the 41st to 60th percentile, 14% at the 61st through 80th percentile, and 13% above the 80th percentile in achievement. So that was winter. Now here is fall. So this was in the fall. 665 students tested. Overall in the fall, for our building, we were at the 28th percentile. So the fact that we went from the 28th percentile in achievement to the 33rd percentile is a notable growth. Then over here, I took you back to winter 23. And winter 23, way less students were tested. We've done better with getting students tested. And so we were at the 29th percentile. And then here's the breakdown of in what place they were between the 1st to over the 80th percentile. So we have the 29th percentile of achievement for our building, then the 28th this fall, and then winter the 33rd. Then over here, you're going to have 9th grade. So here you have 9th grade fall to winter growth. You have 9th grade winter achievement. And then you have 9th grade fall achievement. I'm giving you some data points here. So overall, 60th percentile for growth of students who made their growth. And then here's the breakdown. Let's look at freshman achievement in the fall was at the 30th percentile in reading, and in the winter it's at the 31st percentile. Here we have sophomores in the fall was 32nd percentile, and in the winter was the 38th percentile. So that's a notable growth. And here for growth, 52% met their expected growth. And then 11th graders, we want to encourage them to take it more seriously. Here is 50th percentile of students that took it, made their expected growth, projected growth. And then in the fall, they were at the 22nd percentile in reading, and then in the winter, the 30th. That's significant, meaning they probably took it more seriously. So that's the reading, and then down here are RIT scores. And so the mean UHS RIT score for 9th grade reading was 211, but the normed grade level was 220. So valid growth scores, meaning for reading we had the 2 data points for them, 255. Number of students at or above the mean RIT, 86. So 34% of our students were above the mean. So you can see 9th grade reading, 9th grade math, 10th grade reading, 10th grade math, 11th grade reading, 11th grade math. So you can take time and make comparisons. And then the last data point, and this will be the same for math as well, I looked at the scores based on ethnicity. So here we have Asian, Black, African American, Hispanic or Latino, white, and non-specified other. That's how they're coded. So the number of students tested, what percentage of the students, what overall percentage were they in growth or achievement, and then the same categories, where do they fall in the band of differentiated percentiles. So you can look at this data and see some stark differences between certain ethnic groups. And so we can see that here with Asian, this is growth from fall to winter, growth winter to winter. So going back a whole year. And then these are achievements. Winter achievement, fall achievement, and last winter's achievement. And so the number of students tested, this is a small group, and then how they fell in the range. The same over here with African American students, the number tested, this was fall to winter, this would be growth. You have to match up, they have to have the fall data point and the winter data point. Here, you need to have the winter data point from 23 and the winter data point of 24. And then here we have the achievement for winter 24, fall 24, and winter 23. And so when we look at overall percentiles, this would be growth, 51% from fall to winter and 51% winter to winter made their projected growth. And then overall percentile, so where overall is this subgroup performing at the 24th percentile in reading? For winter, they were at the 21st percentile in the fall and the 22nd percentile last spring. So you do see a growth in percentiles there. So that means not only students made gains, but then there was also an increase. So they made their projected growth and an increase. And so here we have Hispanic and Latino students. And here if we look at achievement in reading, this is all grades, 22% percentile in reading in the fall, 24% in the winter. So you see growth, and you can see last winter that they were at the 24th percentile. White students, we have the growth from fall to winter, winter to winter, and then for this past winter, our white students are performing at the 58th percentile in reading. In the fall, 57th percentile, and last winter, 55th percentile. And then the non-specified other could be multiracial. So you can also see the number of students tested. So this is like between 30 and 50, and you can also see their percentiles. But there's a big jump in these students. You can see last winter of 23, this group is at the 26th percentile, and the fall 28th, and now the 45th percentile. Okay, so that is the data sets for you, and you continue on. Again, you have your key, and then you have your math data. And math data just doesn't have the winter 23 scores, but you also can look at it based on ethnicity.